welcome to this energetic forecast. I am Tamara Jean, the Awakening Mentor and Wellness Astrologer here for High Vibe TV. Thank you so much for joining me for this forecast for the next few days as we're finishing the moon in Gemini and moving into Cancer and then of course into Leo. There's a lot of energy that we have, as I'm sure you are all experiencing it in many different ways. And that brings me to, I do finally have my new offer for you. It is a wellness consultation, and where I am going to interweave the ancient astrological knowledge with a modern wellness, holistic wellness strategies in through your individual health blueprint. And so if you are interested in learning more about that or booking your own wellness consultation, I provide that link below. And so let's just dive right into this energy. I just was tuning into it. I've got Self-Healing Collective for you in the background, encoded with 639 hertz solfeggio frequency. And it felt very fitting. This actually is their newest video, uploaded only hours ago, and it feels very aligned with this energy. You know, we've got the first quarter moon and how that is bringing through and have us reflecting on. We're kind of like working through and reflecting and taking action, right? All at the same time, you know, from that new moon in Pisces that we had, and that bringing about a release as well as setting our soul aligned intentions and like this new, vision for ourselves, and of course contributing to society. But with this energy, there's a light shining on responsibility in a different way. This is what was coming through, and getting to the heart of the matter, and all doing so in a different way, one that is more heart-centered. And there's a lot of adjustments that are being made since this new moon, right? For alignment with our soul intentions or visions, and that push to take action, even if it has felt uncomfortable, right? We're still moving through that. And I really see a focus on this over the next few days as we're building up to that full moon total eclipse in Virgo next week, really late on the 13th or early on the 14th, depending on where you are. And I know that the eclipse, right, it's known as the blood moon, and it's going to appear red, of course, because of the different things in the sky. But back to the energy as we're building up to that, I'll have a new video for you with a deeper dive and more focus on that particular eclipse, which has themes of like healing and refinement. But as we're building up to that, right, there's all these very interesting, a lot of unconscious adjustments that are being made. Now, some of them we're feeling quite strongly, some of them in your face. And, you know, those in your face ones really happen when this is a pattern that is truly shifting, like alchemizing, right? There's a difference between where you're transmuting and transforming energy, but truly alchemizing the energy it's like a full, I'm hearing like full rotation to where it is something completely new versus to the previous state that it was, right? Completely alchemizing, changing it into something new and different, and then working with that. And that's what I'm seeing a lot with this energy and these particular patterns within each one of us. Some of them are very karmic, right? There's a lot of these karmic endings, completions that are taking place. You know, we knew that March was going to be extra, and it is living up to that 100%. And so over these next few days, know that it is, I just keep hearing, like, getting to the heart of the matter. And there's a lot of energetic adjustments within the heart center. So you may feel, and this video, if you choose to, you know, check it out and listen to this one with the 639 hertz, it is focused on like opening your heart and opening to love again, which is, you know, quite interesting with this Venus retrograde that we do have, and how it is impacting all different kinds of relationships, right? Not just like romantic love relationships, but there's different, just all different relationships being influenced by this energy. And that 639 helping to harmonize the energies, right? To align to where you are at, right? Because it is where you are at, and then everything outside of you to align with that, right? It's not the other way around, like we have been we have been taught or learned over the last several, well, decades, you know, when you're talking about like law of attraction and things like that, how you need to align to the frequency of what it is that you want, when in fact, right, that's the old matrix, that's just the old. The new, in the new game board, and stepping into your power and returning to your God self, quite honestly, and consciously creating, it is your frequency and vibration that you stand in, and then, right, then outside of you aligns with that. It's a perception shift. And this is part of, well, that's a longer, you know, it's a journey, right? In this level of mastery on this path that we are all walking on. And so these adjustments that are being made over these next few days as we lead up to that total eclipse in Virgo, that getting to the heart of the matter. I keep seeing it. And then there's the level of me saying there's a light shining on responsibility in a different way. It is being responsible with your energy, being responsible to yourself, and the responsibility of participating, right? Choosing, right? You do the choosing. I don't know if you saw my post on my Instagram. It's like, stop with waiting to be chosen by something or someone outside of you. You are the one to do the choosing. And we are learning this. And so especially we're going to be feeling a lot, I feel, in the heart center over these next few days. Now, as things adjust and as they physically clear from our body, especially with the moon being in Cancer. This, in Cancer, it is like the mucus producing sign. So your mucous membranes, this includes the sinuses, so a clearing, and this is with Taurus too, right? And having Uranus and Taurus and all of the connecting energies. You may have had congestion or currently congested, and like clearing out. So I would recommend, like, you know, a hot steamy shower or filling the sink with hot steamy water, right? You can add eucalyptus, of course, right? And different essential oils to open up the sinuses and the airways. Cancer also rules the lower esophagus. So there's a lot with expression here. But this is more than expression as far as, you know, speaking something. This is expression of your clairs too, okay? So the lower esophagus and into the chest and fronts of the shoulders, you may be feeling different, or you may notice that if you start to roll your shoulders forward, especially, you know, they're also ruled by Gemini, right? And the moon conjuncting with Jupiter in Gemini, right? Of course, before it moves into Cancer, rolling forward, there's still an unconscious pattern there. It's existing in your field that, of course, then is expressing itself through your physical body. That is a like protective type movement or posture when you are wanting to protect your heart. You could completely be doing this completely unconsciously. And so start to have those kinds of subtle awarenesses with what is perhaps taking place in your environment, and then your body's expression at that time. I was also getting with like with the stomach and being with the heart center, and as the moon moves through from Gemini into Cancer and then into Leo, a lot about digesting digesting emotions, the energy, you know, is it heartfelt? Like, how are you taking that in? And where are you holding it as well? As Leo rules the muscles of the back, especially the thoracic spine, or like the mid back, pay attention to if you are experiencing anything on the backside through your back, where, you know, cervical, middle, lower back, and try and pinpoint where that is, because right, it's all going to have different emotional, energetic roots that you get to, right? So that you can really get to the cause root of the imbalance, right? Whether it's physical, mental, emotional, and so that you can be clearing and alchemizing this energy for yourself as you go through this attunement process that will continue through, of course, the eclipse portal, but this being very much heart-centered. And you may also begin to feel it down into your arms, your forearms, your wrists, I would say even like your fingers. So be paying attention to that, because that is also Leo and with Gemini, and having to do with, I'm hearing like the creativity. And you may want to have an expression of your creativity and perhaps expressing your emotions through, whether it's writing or, you know, some sort of maybe artistic expression, writing, painting, drawing, things like that may be good to do over these next few days. I have the Work Your Light Oracle from Rebecca Campbell to assist in any other messages for these next few days that would assist us in our process. So, right, oh, I have to go pick that one up. So this one says no, right? It's about pausing and waiting. We have the lightning strikes in the distance. And what I'm getting with that, let's see what this card is that came out. Okay, oh, Akasha. So definitely like with the Akashic, there we go, records. So a lot of, I'm getting like the karmic patterns that you're working at collapsing. So if you just look at the imagery here, and I'm seeing like, you know, between, I know it's like steps, right? Along the path you're heading towards this. Like, I feel like this is the eclipse, right? And going through that portal. So I'm like, notice, it's like pausing and reflecting, just seeing up, because this is a process of alchemization, right? Not just continuing to transmute stuff and then it comes back around. No, this is like alchemization, because this is at the level of where we are at. And these patterns here with the structures, that's what I'm getting a lot in with these cards at this time. And then the Akasha, like the patterns, and then you have this higher, right, higher knowledge and the divine mind that's guiding you in this process. Oh, we got the Star Mother. She comes out quite a bit whenever I use this deck, right? And that energy of Ceres, that asteroid that has been coming through so much recently, being in Pisces, I think it's at 3 degrees now, and how we are nurturing ourselves, very much part of like, we're doing what honors our hearts and nurturing that. Like, it is like, right, parenting yourself or mothering yourself. And therefore then what you're going, you know, what you harvest. And I just had to pull or look at the bottom of the deck, and it's align your life, right? So that what you're going to be seeing, you know, over these next few days and feeling, there'll be a greater, there's sensitivity to dissonance as you are facing things that are, you're ready to let go of. You're ready to alchemize those patterns and not repeat those patterns, those cycles, and those types of relationships. Or maybe it is a particular person or you know, direction that you're going or what have you. And because there's going to be greater sensitivity to the dissonance, and you'll be able to feel it and be consciously aware, like when that is happening, right? That is your spirit team, your higher self, right? The soul intelligence trying to help navigate you into the aligned direction, or, you know, connections. Arbor Vitae, love it. We love Arbor Vitae. And so that oil of divine grace, flow, right? Helping in that connection and being in flow. You can put this at your third eye and your crown. And then we have lime, which is the oil of zest for life, right? So this really is about taking action, right, in what feels good. So I think there's a lot of energy available over these next few days that is going to, like, the good is going to feel really good, and that will feel aligned. And then the not aligned, you'll feel that just as, being just as noticeable. Intensely could be, but we want to focus, right, on the alignment. But you can, like, I'm seeing like the scales, right, and given just where all of the energies are at, is this process of I'm seeing like a balancing, and sometimes, right, that is where we've got too much on one side that is outweighing, right? It's thrown one off. And so we have to remove some of these things that are, right, on one side of the scale to balance it out. This is what I'm really, what I'm seeing and interpreting to bring you into balance and then connection. I'm seeing like it's almost more ethereal on one side and like physical, and which is to translate into like the formless and the form, and the feminine and the masculine. Like, and I'm seeing the different contrasts. So you may experience the contrast in order to restore balance and harmony. And then that 639 hertz in this, right? But all doing it through a centered heart. And that's also a big difference with this energy as to like previously. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week and weekend, and I will be back with the full moon eclipse in Virgo.